So this morning we'll be talking about something called the Pitch Agrihack Competition 2018. We understand that the Technical Center for Agricultural and Rural Cooperation is hosting this Pitch Agrihack competition for 2018. We understand it's about giving up to €15,000 mentorship and other benefits to youth entrepreneurs and so much more. And to tell us all about that, we have the director herself of Infocom Technologies Limited, Kelly Ann Phillips. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
So, you know, when we talk about prizes and that sort of thing, we get very excited.
Yes.
So it's one of those interviews. So my first question to you, what is the Technical Center for Agricultural and Rural Cooperation, really?
The Technical Center for Agricultural and Rural Cooperation is an EU ACP development agency that is based in the Netherlands. They are the ones responsible for putting on the Pitch Agrihack competition. It is being hosted across African, Caribbean, and Pacific states. The rationale for the competition is that it's seeking to promote e-agriculture, youth involvement in agriculture, as well as entrepreneurship in general across the target regions. The theme for this year's competition is Women Entrepreneurs Innovate for Agricultural Transformation, so they have a focus on involving women in agriculture as well.
And what is the Pitch Agrihack competition about?
So the Pitch Agrihack competition is looking to seek out businesses that have already developed an ICT application that can be applied to the agriculture sector. Now, when I say, you know, I want our viewers, when we think about the agriculture sector, to not only think about a farmer and soil and sweet potatoes, because what I've found is in promoting the competition, people say, oh, well, I don't know anything about agriculture, and therefore my application may not apply. But let's broaden the understanding of what agriculture is to include, for example, input supply, that is like research that goes into the agriculture sector. Organizations like CARDI, even UE, they produce a bunch of research on good agricultural practices, on pesticides, on fertilizers, and so on, that is currently not efficiently transmitted to people in the production node, which would be the farmers and so on. So to the extent that you have an application that is designed to take a large amount of information, capsulize it, so that it put it in bite-sized forms, so that the farmers on the field or whoever else can get these updates on a regular basis. The application itself may not have been initially designed for agriculture, but there's an application for it in the agriculture sector, and therefore that application could be eligible to apply. We could also look at consumers, and consumers include hotels on the value chain, the agriculture value chain. We did a study in 2013, and one of the findings was that hotels are saying that their customers, tourists, when they come, they get cantaloupe and strawberries and so on, which the tourists are not expecting. They want some popo and mango and so on. And the hotels are saying, well, we don't know where to get that on the local market. Meanwhile, the farmers are saying, we have produce that we don't know, we have no market for. So there's an information gap. So again, to the extent that you have an application that can help connect the dots, those two, you know, so that would be eligible.
Wow, this sounds amazing, really, really exciting. How long has this competition been ongoing?
This competition is part of the Pitch Agrihack Talent competition, and it's a range of activities, mentorship workshops, hackathons, a wide range of activities inside of the Agrihack Talent program.
So you have workshops?
Yes. Now, before I want to talk a little bit about the competition.
Okay.
So we are looking for businesses. You can enter in both the early stage as well as the advanced stage sections of the competition.
Right.
Early stage applications relate to a business that might have a working technology that probably needs business model enhancement, or it needs software enhancement and so on. You are eligible to apply in the early stage segment of the competition. Then there's the advanced stage competition. Those are companies that have applications that are already generating revenue. And those will be, but could benefit from expanded market share and so on. Those would be eligible in the advanced stage category.
So what it is you'll look for in the competition? How can you win this competition? What's the criteria?
Okay, so we have a workshop that is on. The workshop is May the 11th, 2018. That's this Friday. And the purpose of the workshop is twofold. It can help applicants to strengthen their submission by understanding the realities of the agriculture sector in the Caribbean. And we have past winners of the competition that will be saying what are the things that they are looking for in terms of your business model, in terms of the market that you're trying to reach, in terms of how applicable is the thing that you are proposing to the market. Okay. For example, if you have an application that requires does not require a feature phone, you need a smartphone, but your target market has feature phones, then it does not apply. So we will be discussing those issues to help applicants understand better the agriculture sector and therefore refine their application. We will have ICT for agriculture experts at the workshop who will be able to discuss the issues around ICT and agriculture in the Caribbean region. We have regional agriculture agencies such as ICA, CARDI, who will be at the workshop as well. Business experts, because as I mentioned before, there is going to be a business, the CTA is looking for how is this thing going to make money. It's for the entrepreneur. And other persons who will give a 360-degree view of the ICT and agriculture space in the Caribbean. The workshop is also targeted for persons who have oversight over SME advancement, entrepreneurial advancement, agriculture sector advancement. So we're looking for people like NEDCO, like Kariri, like Youth Business Trinidad and Tobago, like NEHUS, like Export TT, like UE, Enterprise Hub. These folks have a wide database of SMEs and entrepreneurs under their watch. And so we want them to come out to the workshop so that they understand better what the competition is about and therefore can promote it to their publics. I didn't mention the prizes, so I want to discuss that.
Most important.
Yes. So there are up to 4 prizes in the early stage category. And winners receive up to 7,500 euros, right? And there are also 4 prizes in the advanced stage category, and winners receive up to 15,000 euros. There's also a special prize for French-speaking countries. It is noteworthy that up to at least 50% of the winners will be female-owned or co-owned businesses.
Okay, so it's not just open to women?
No, absolutely not. It is open to male entrepreneurs as well, but it's just that 50% of the prizes will go to female-owned or co-owned businesses. So to the extent that you are you and another woman are part of your company, you want to put her as the lead person, so that you have the opportunity to be caught in that 50%.
And who are invited to participate? Existing businesses? What range are we looking at?
Yes, so we are looking for businesses to participate. As I mentioned before, either female or male-owned businesses, male or co-owned businesses. The applicants need to be between the ages of 18 and 35 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, that's important. Now, if you're part of a team and other people on the team are outside of the age category, either above or beneath, that's fine. But at least one person in the team must be within the age category. Yes. We encourage, again, female involvement as well because of the theme of the competition. I also want to make mention of a webinar that's also going to be hosted. The workshop on the 11th, which is this Friday, that will target clearly people who are in Trinidad. However, the competition is, again, it's across the Caribbean, African, Caribbean, and Pacific. So for the Caribbean, for Caribbean capacity building, we're hosting a webinar which would basically represent the content that is going to be supplied at this May 11th workshop online, so that people in St. Lucia and Grenada and so on who have expressed interest in the competition can log on and experience the benefits of the workshop.
So this workshop is online?
There is one workshop which is in person at Microsoft this Friday.
Where?
May 11, number 61, 61 Mokarapo Road, St. James.
Microsoft Road. And where's the competition itself?
Well, it's an online competition. So wherever you are, you can apply online.
Great. What sort of success do you see this having?
Well, historically, we've had persons from the Caribbean who have been successful at the competition. Crop Guard in Barbados, they've been successful at a hackathon. We've seen more successes though in the African region, but we want to, part of the reason for promoting this thing so widely in the Caribbean is because we want to see greater Caribbean success as well.
What about the hackathon? What is that all about?
The hackathon is part of the broader initiative, but not this particular competition. The hackathon is something where you invite people to code in a day, build an agriculture application in 1 day or in 2 days, over 2 days, and then at the end of it, you judge it and determine, well, which is the best agriculture application. But this competition, this time, is for businesses that have already developed an application. So it's not that you are developing an application on the day, which was the case for hackathons.
Okay.
This one, we want businesses that already have an ICT application developed, and it can benefit from additional funding, business mentorship, or other benefits to scale it in the Caribbean, in the market.
How large is this? How many applicants are you looking at?
The ICT and agriculture space in the Caribbean is very, very small, the group of people that deal with ICT and agriculture. It's a very niche group. And so this is why the competition is promoting it to a wider group, because people hear ICT and agriculture and immediately say they're not in the agriculture sector. So what we're doing is trying to let people know that it's not only for agri people, it's for people who have an application, ICT people, which is a larger pool of people who can customize their application or make it applicable to the agriculture sector.
All right, and for those looking on, what would you like to say to them?
I'd like to say that you need to be part of the workshop that's happening on May the 11th from 9 a.m. at Microsoft Trinidad and Tobago office. It's at number 61 Mokarapo Road, St. James. It is free of charge. To register, visit www.ict.co.tt or call or WhatsApp 701-5499. So to register, visit www.ict.co.tt or call or WhatsApp 701-5499.
And just remind us, how important is this initiative? You started by saying when we go to hotels sometimes what we are served with a produce that we did not produce here in Trinidad and Tobago. We talk about we have a forex issue. How can this initiative really address some of these challenges?
Well, what it's trying to do is, at the end of the day, contribute to the diversification of the economy, which is, we know that that's a goal that we've been trying to achieve forever. And the agriculture sector has huge, massive potential to be a sector to achieve that end. However, what we've seen, because we did a study in 2013, an ICT and agriculture study, and that's the only one that's been done to date in the region. And what we found is that the agriculture sector suffers from information gaps along the value chain. So it's not necessarily that they don't have the research. CARDI and these other institutions have a wealth of research, but it's getting it across to the farmers. It's not necessarily that the hotels and so don't want to buy from the local folks, but again, there is the local folks don't know that the connection. Exactly. It's also not so much that the farmer groups don't want to get themselves together. However, they don't have a mechanism to convene, a technology that convenes. So that's what we found, that there's a lot of information gaps and shortfalls all along the value chain, which if we patch those up, we can see a better functioning sector.
So we're essentially bridging that gap.
Bridging the gap, that's right.
So we've been chatting with Kelly Ann Phillips, Director of Infocom Technologies Limited, talking to us about some exciting things that we can look forward to, a workshop that takes place on May 11th, 2018, and prizes to be won, 7,500 euros in the early stage, and you have 15,000 euros in the more advanced stage. Yes. Great, thank you so much.
Thank you.